There is a moment coming, or maybe it has already arrived, where the line between human intelligence and machine capability does not just blur, it disappears completely. And the unsettling part is this: it is not happening in some distant future. It is happening right now. The newest generation of AI models is quietly pushing beyond limits that were once considered uniquely human. Not in a dramatic, science fiction way with robots walking the streets, but in something far more powerful: the ability to think, reason, and solve problems at a scale no human mind can match. For a long time, people believed there was a ceiling to artificial intelligence, a point where machines could assist, automate, and calculate, but never truly surpass human-level thinking. That belief is starting to collapse, because today, AI models are not just matching human performance in certain tasks, they are exceeding it. But here is the twist that makes this story far more interesting. They are not exceeding humans by becoming human. They are exceeding humans by becoming something entirely different. Take a moment and think about what human intelligence actually is. It is limited by memory, limited by time, limited by attention. A human can focus deeply on one or two complex problems at once, maybe a few more with effort. Learning takes years, mastery takes decades, and even then, knowledge fades, errors happen, and biases influence decisions. Now compare that to what modern AI models are beginning to do. They can process massive amounts of data instantly. They can recall information with near-perfect accuracy. They can analyze patterns across millions of variables. And now, with the rise of advanced reasoning architectures, they can break down problems, test solutions, and refine their thinking in ways that resemble structured logic. That combination is where things start to go beyond human limits. Because this is not just faster thinking. It is thinking at a completely different scale. Imagine a system that can read thousands of research papers in minutes, extract key insights, compare conflicting theories, and propose new ideas based on all of that information. No human can do that. Not because humans are not intelligent, but because the scale is simply too large. And this is exactly where AI begins to push into territory that was never accessible before. Now here is where things get even more fascinating. These models are not just consuming information, they are generating new knowledge. In fields like biology and chemistry, AI systems are helping researchers design new molecules, predict protein structures, and explore possibilities that would take humans years to test in a lab. In mathematics, they are assisting with proofs and identifying patterns that were previously hidden. In engineering, they are optimizing designs beyond what traditional methods could achieve. This is not just assistance, this is amplification. And amplification at this level starts to feel like something entirely new. But wait, because this is the part most people underestimate. The real leap is not just intelligence, it is autonomy. Modern AI models are evolving into systems that can operate independently. They can take a goal, plan the steps required to achieve it, execute those steps, and adjust based on results. This is a completely different paradigm. Before, AI waited for instructions. Now it can act. Imagine assigning an AI the task of analyzing a global market. It gathers data, identifies trends, builds predictive models, tests different scenarios, and presents a strategy, all without constant human guidance. Or imagine giving it a scientific question. It searches for relevant research, synthesizes information, proposes hypotheses, and suggests experiments. This is no longer a passive tool. It is an active participant in problem solving. Now pause for a moment, because this is where things become both exciting and a little unsettling. If AI systems can perform complex cognitive tasks independently, what does that mean for human expertise? For centuries, expertise has been built on knowledge, experience, and the ability to solve problems. But when machines can access more knowledge, process more data, and test more solutions than any human, the nature of expertise begins to change. It does not disappear, but it evolves. Humans move from being the primary problem solvers to being supervisors, strategists, and interpreters. Instead of doing every step, they guide the system, set goals, and evaluate outcomes. This shift is already happening, and it is happening faster than most people expected. Now here is something that might surprise you. Even though AI models are surpassing human limits in many areas, they are still not human-like in the way people imagine. They do not have emotions. They do not have consciousness. They do not have desires or intentions of their own. What they have is capability, and capability, when scaled to extreme levels, can look very similar to intelligence. But it is important to understand the difference, because the power of these systems comes from how they are used. And that brings us to one of the most important ideas in this entire conversation. Human and machine intelligence are starting to merge into a single system, not physically, but functionally. When a human works with advanced AI, they are no longer relying solely on their own cognitive abilities. They are tapping into an external system that extends their thinking, enhances their creativity, and expands their problem-solving capacity. This is often described as augmented intelligence, and it might be the true future of how intelligence works. Think about a scientist working with AI to accelerate research, or a designer using AI to explore thousands of creative variations, or a business leader using AI to analyze complex strategies. In each case, the human is still essential, but they are no longer limited by their own mental capacity. They are operating at a higher level, and that is where the real power lies. Now let us shift perspective for a moment, because while all of this sounds incredible, it also raises serious questions. If AI models continue to push beyond human limits, how do we ensure they are aligned with human values? How do we prevent misuse? How do we adapt systems like education, work, and governance to a world where intelligence is no longer scarce? These are not easy problems to solve, and they are becoming more urgent every day, because the pace of development is accelerating. Each new generation of AI models brings improvements in reasoning memory, multimodal understanding, and real-world interaction. What seemed advanced last year quickly becomes outdated, and this rapid progress means society does not have much time to adjust. But here is something important to remember. Technology does not define the future on its own. People do. The way these AI systems are developed, deployed, and regulated will shape their impact on the world. They can be used to solve major challenges, improve lives, and unlock new possibilities. Or they can create inequality, disruption, and risk. The outcome depends on choices, and those choices are being made right now. Now here is the part that truly changes how you think about all of this. For the first time in history, intelligence is no longer limited to biological systems. Let that sink in. For thousands of years, every form of intelligence on this planet was tied to living organisms. Humans, animals, and biological evolution defined what thinking meant. But today, intelligence can exist in machines, and not just in a simple, reactive way, in a way that can learn, adapt, reason, and improve. That is a fundamental shift in the story of civilization, and we are living through it. And here is one final thought that makes this entire shift even more profound. As AI continues to push beyond human-level limits, it is also forcing humans to redefine their own potential. When machines handle complexity, humans are freed to focus on vision, creativity, and meaning. This could lead to a world where intelligence is no longer measured by how much you know, but by how effectively you can use and direct it. In that sense, AI is not just surpassing human limits, it is challenging humans to evolve beyond them. And that might be the most powerful transformation of all. So the next time you hear someone say that AI is just a tool, take a moment to question that idea. Because tools do not think. Tools do not reason. Tools do not improve themselves. What we are building now goes far beyond that. These are systems that are expanding the boundaries of what intelligence can be. And in doing so, they are pushing beyond limits that humans once believed were impossible to cross. The real question is not whether AI will surpass human-level limits in more areas. That is already happening. The real question is what happens next. Because once intelligence is no longer constrained by human limitations, the possibilities become almost endless. And that is both the most exciting and the most unpredictable part of this entire story. We are not just watching the evolution of technology, we are witnessing the expansion of intelligence itself. And it is only just beginning.